In the pursuit of an extraordinary life, it is widely understood that one must develop an extraordinary psychology. After all, achieving exceptional results requires maintaining a mindset that not only accepts but thrives on challenge, growth, and innovation. This extraordinary psychology is not just about positive thinking. Rather, it is a state of heightened awareness, flexibility, and purposefulness in constant action. Living in this state requires more than just wishful thinking. It requires intentional conditioning of the nervous system, body, and physiology. It requires a holistic approach that includes mental discipline, physical wellness, and unwavering focus. Imagine that it tunes every aspect of your being like a finely crafted instrument, ensuring that all components are fine-tuned to tune at their best. However, despite everyone's ability to begin this transformational journey, not everyone does. It's not about ability. Rather, it is often about standards. Our norms, shaped by our beliefs, experiences, and environment, inadvertently become the compass that guides our actions and decisions. And therein lies the crux of the matter. Our standards determine whether we settle for mediocrity or strive for greatness. So, while the path to an extraordinary life may be open to all, our standards determine whether we enter it with purpose and conviction or simply look at it from afar, longing for what could be. So the journey to greatness begins not with grand gestures or dramatic changes, but with a fundamental shift in our standards, a commitment to excellence that permeates every aspect of our existence. Think about your life. I know there were areas in your life where at some point you just changed and raised the bar in your life. Change, because wherever people have their own identity, they live. We live as we believe we are. My journey from here to there was lonely. The reason I wanted to be wrong and admit I was wrong so I could grow and change. Growth is the result of breaking bad habits, changing wrong priorities, and adopting new ways of thinking. This will only happen if we question ourselves enough to ask serious questions of others. People who don't grow up don't want to ask themselves or others the hard questions. They do not want to give up what they have known and practiced. They don't want to be wrong so they can learn what is right. Therefore, they cling to the right, and their life becomes wrong. How sad. We get what we are looking for. We filter out everything else in our lives. You will get what you are looking for, even if it is not there. Even if it is not there. If you look for the negative, if you look for failures, if you look to be looked at, you will find it, even if it doesn't have to be there. But if you're looking for wins, recruits, people who change your life, magical moments, you'll find them. If you're looking for them, I promise you it's true. Your brain knows exactly what you're looking for when you engage with them. It finds a way to get there. When you decide what's most important to you, your brain will follow suit. Disclaimers allow us to ask questions that others can answer and that add value to us. Waiver of right is a prerequisite to finding right. I believe that with all my heart. And this I know. I never want to get to a place where I have everything figured out. I still want to continue studying. I still want to grow up. And I still want to be a student. Ego is an anesthetic that numbs the pain of stupidity. Pride is a fool's burden. If you're going to do a job, do it right. I've always been told how average I can be, and I've always been criticized for being average. But I want to tell you something. I stand here in front of you, in front of all these people. I don't listen to these words. I tell myself every day to shoot for the stars, to be the best. Good enough isn't good enough when it can be better. And better isn't enough when it can be the best. Wisdom comes to you from the unlikeliest of sources, often through failure. When you hit rock bottom, remember this. When you're struggling, rock bottom can also be a great foundation to build on and grow from. I am not worried that you will succeed. I'm afraid you won't fail from time to time. A man who rises from the canvas and continues to grow is a man whose influence grows. How many of you would like a breakthrough? Okay, number 1, you have to have a satisfying attitude to win. You have a positive outlook. You have to be optimistic. You must know that you will win. You have to say, I win. I don't just mean this race. I mean I win. I earn my living. My life is winning. Here will be a victorious life, because listen to me, the price you pay for losing here is too extreme. You have to carry the burden of failure for the rest of your life. You carry it with you. If you fail here, the biggest thing that breaks my heart is that you can feel the spirit now, and then when you come back, these dream robbers will throw you and start stealing your dream. And you stopped. You give up. You decide, I win. You have to decide that. When you suffer a little setback, you see what your life could be. If you don't, the costs will be very high. It's forever. You will carry failure forever. I will be honest with you. I often meet people and say, I was in WFH. He really changed my life because of that meeting. But, and they put their heads down. They wore it. They wear it. They see these Facebooks and Instagrams and what we are. You have to know you're going to win. You have to sell out. Yes, I tell you, you have to become a seller. You have to sell out. You must become obsessed. You must be ruthless. You must be a road dog. You have to step up. That's what you have to do. You have to be careful about these 4 dream stealers. I don't want them to happen to you. Ready? Say yes. The number 1 dream stealer that will get you out of here: lack of faith or conviction. Lack of faith. It steals your dreams. You have to know that you can win. You have to have faith. Those people sitting around you now are whispering to you, you could do that. I believe it. Just like when you were a little boy, just like when you were a little girl. They always believed in you. They always knew you were doing something special. They always knew you were great. You must know that. You must take with you that God who sits there, and those dear souls who have already departed and always believed in you, and carry them with you everywhere. They are with you anyway. Acknowledge them. If you don't believe it, respect them. Thank God. Honor the people who believed in you with your amazing life. Respect them. Don't give in to a lack of faith. Mistrust. Never do that again. Do not do this in WFG or outside WFG. You were created to do something great. You are special. You are made in the image of God. Something great should happen to you. And of those who have had something great happen to you, something even greater should happen to you. For almost half a century, the story continued, pointing the finger at psychologists and at least partially blaming their advice. You're fine the way you are, we assure our youngsters. But this seemingly comforting mantra can sometimes act as the cruelest deception, especially when whispered to those who are adrift on the stormy seas of youth and drowning in feelings of purposelessness and misery. But let's dig deeper into this concept. Why do we put so much emphasis on what we are? Is it because we fear change or growth? Or maybe because we seek solace in maintaining the status quo? The truth is that stagnation rarely leads to fulfillment. Striving to improve, to become, we often find purpose and satisfaction. And although we recognize the importance of self-acceptance, let's not forget the equally important need for self-improvement. It's not about who we are. It's about growing into who we can be. It's about recognizing our potential for growth and making the journey happen. So to the aimless and depressed, I say this: you are not destined to stagnate. You are not defined by your current situation. Instead, see this moment as a blank canvas awaiting the strokes of your ambition and the colors of your dreams. You have the power to shape your destiny. Clear your path to a future full of purpose and fulfillment. We shake off the shackles of complacency and dare to step into the realm of possibility. Let's not be satisfied with being good, but strive for greatness, because when we realize our potential, we are truly alive.